Emotionally unavailable.
Welcome to Emotionally Unavailable, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of emotional availability and intimacy. I'm your host, Melissa Hepner, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have you join me on this journey of self-discovery and connection. Whether you're navigating the complexities of relationships or exploring your own emotional landscape, this podcast is here to inspire, empower, and entertain. So get cozy and let's explore the depths of human emotions together. Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Today's guest is MJ, otherwise known as Mirtha Jasmine, but she was born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Lawrence Township, and says she moved to Princeton because it offers a lot of opportunities, but does believe there should be more diversity in the town and that people of color need more of a voice than they had previously. Plus, the whole country needs to be in a better place. It's time for a set of eyes and a listening ear. She's particularly concerned about issues of the youth and the elderly. After graduating from Lawrence High School, she attended the Gordon Phillips Beauty School in Lawrence, where she studied the art of hairstyling and makeup. Her experience in numerous salons helped her understand the connection between beauty and culture. In 2010, she started her own cosmetics line called Nadij Cosmetics, sold online. MJ continues to use her voice to inspire women around the tri-state area via video conferences and a growing social media platform. In 2015, she self-published her first novel titled The Black Lily, The Frame. She has written other books, including a short story, The Loose Pearl, and her highly anticipated Dear Sis Journal, which are all available on Amazon, and I will link those for you. She is the host of the Dear Sis podcast, and it sounds amazing. She's a very cool person. We just kicked it during this conversation, just all vibes. And she has very strong energy for sure. And just very it's weird though when you meet a woman who is super in their authority and very strong in it, but it's like that entire space is just filled with love. It's an interesting energy. I don't know. Very cool though. We had a really good time, and I will make sure to link to her podcast as well. But I think you guys are going to enjoy this. It's a little break from all the spiritual content. Not that I don't like the spiritual content, but I have had a run of probably 7 episodes in a row. So it's nice to just talk, I don't know, however you want to word that, about normal shit. I don't know. Anyway, it was a great time, and appreciate you guys listening, supporting me, all the things. So here's your PSA about ads. Please just listen to them. It would mean a lot to me if my audience would just listen. Again, when we find out in August how much money I'm making off of them, I promise I'll decide if it's worth it or not, and then we'll move forward. But for now, it's an income source, hopefully, and I can't wait to see what it gets me. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, MJ, for being such an amazing guest. I had such a good time with you. And I guess I'll leave it at that because I'm a little amped up from watching the Thunder Parade this morning because, my boys won. Congrats, Thunder. Hey, maybe I'll work real hard at getting one of them on my show. Okay, that is all. Here's me and MJ. Enjoy.
Emotionally unavailable.
Hey, girl, hey.
Good morning. How are you? I love your glasses. Are you having a
Girl. You there? Thank you. Woo.
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm about to put my phone on Do Not Disturb real quick because these text messages will come through and I don't want to be bothered.
No.
Same. Yes, your glasses are nice too.
Thank you. Thanks. I was actually just like, how the hell do I get these clean? I am constantly rubbing them and it does nothing. And so I was like, I'm putting water on it because I've heard not to put Windex on glasses, right?
I use alcohol.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I should try that because they're just readers, but they don't fucking clean easily. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm like, never able to see. Anyway, okay. So I'm already recording. Do you prefer MJ?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. So I want to make sure. So you have the Dear Sis podcast.
I do. I do.
You're a
Yes. Yes.
stand-up
Yes.
comedian?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually kind of jealous of that because, like, I always wanted to at least try it, and I have never. Not that I can't still try, but I had a comedian on here once who said, "Don't do an open mic night. Don't do that." He said it's only like 5 other comedians, and that they don't like to laugh at other comedians' jokes.
That's not true because comedians. I had a comedian steal my joke.
Yeah, but did they laugh while they were in your crowd?
Yes, they did.
Okay, well, hey, at least they laughed. They stole your joke.
Yeah,
I
because
guess
I was
I
talking
hear
about
about this
edibles.
happening.
I was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about edibles. And I don't do drugs. I don't do no drugs or anything. I smoke cigars, I drink coffee, and I drink. That's it. I guess alcohol is a drug, but whatever. So yeah. Yep.
Stole
Yep.
your
Yep.
Well, fuck them. Did they get
Yes.
any laughs off of that? Did they
I'm
like
sure
take
he
down
was the
the show?
host. He was the host.
You're fucking kidding.
I'm not. I'm
A
not.
host of a place that was
Yes.
hosting.
The show.
I am disgusted by this.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked. Wow. So tell me about your podcast. How did you start that? What's your deal with it? What are you hoping to get from it?
So, oh wow. So I started my podcast the same day COVID hit. That's when I started.
Oh shit. Was that like you had planned to start it that day, or that day you were like, fuck it?
Fuck it. Yep. I was
Okay.
planning. No,
Okay.
well, actually, as a matter of fact, I was planning to start it that day, and it just hit when COVID hit, when everybody was home. I had already did my recording. I had already went to the studio. I was like, let's go.
Oh, wow.
And it
That could
went.
not have been, I'm sorry, but more perfect timing.
It was perfect.
Because I mean, that's how I discovered TikTok, was during that time. The later end of quarantine is whenever I became addicted to TikTok. I was hearing stories and stuff, but it wasn't until later. But wow, yeah, I bet. Did you have a pretty fast growing audience then?
I did. I did. You know what's funny? I started off with 8. It went from 8 to, I have my award over there. It went from 8 to 1 million subscribers. Yeah, within like a year and a half, 2 years.
That's kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's the growth we all hope for. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so proud of you and
It was
excited for
happening because
you.
everybody was home. Nobody had nothing to do.
Yeah, and were they subscribing to you on YouTube or what?
I don't do YouTube. They were subscribing to like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, sending me emails, no text messages, sending me emails, giving me shout outs, everything.
That is
And I just went in.
amazing.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my God. Did that feel
Yep.
so good? I'm like
Yes.
so happy for you. And this was not
Yeah.
even like recent.
No, this wasn't recent. Nope, my award is right there. I could see it right here.
Oh, I love that though. You deserve
Yeah.
that. That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. So what is most of your show about? I saw you took a break.
I did. I took a
Yeah.
break. I'm gonna dive
you're-
into that.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna
talk
dive
about
into
that.
that.
What happened? Because there's lots of podcast people listening that are, we can get kind of sick of the bullshit. So I'd love to hear what caused you to take a break.
I moved. Since
Okay.
I moved to Philly because I'm a Jersey girl. I moved to Philly, and then it was just a shift of me getting back and forth to the studio. And I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this bullshit. And oftentimes I would record from my phone, believe it or not. And people
Yeah.
would never know because the editing was so good. But rewinding a little bit, my podcast is about uncomfortable conversations people are afraid to discuss.
Mm,
The only thing I don't talk about is politics. And at
perfect.
one time, I didn't even talk about like the LBG community because I was like, it's kind of sensitive, and then it could be a bit insensitive depending on where you are in your life. If you have
Yeah.
families, you have children, if you're going through it. So at one time, I didn't even talk about that, but I was like, fuck that shit. They listening, they want to hear it, so we're gonna dive right into it. So I did.
Yeah.
So I just had really hard conversations. Really hard
I love that.
conversations. I remember my conversation I had with a female. I can't recall her name. As a matter of fact, she didn't come back to my show. Her husband of 25 years was gay. And he
Oh.
he left her for a man. And that was like a real big deal, Holyfield thing. What else? And then there was a doctor on there who talked about suicide, how she fell, and then how she fell in love with a woman. And I just had so much shit that was unpacking inside this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love Dear Sis so much because everyone is my family.
I
I call
get
them,
that.
yeah, everyone is my family. Nobody is being jaded. No one is being frowned upon. Like, I'm coming for your ass too.
Yeah. So, like, do you give really strong opinions or feedback to the things that they're saying, or are you just like going,
Opinions. I don't judge because I still got a lot of shit in my backyard that I need to clean up.
don't we all? Don't we all?
So I do give a strong opinion on why. So, for instance, a young lady, her name is Toy Burks. She was on there. And I remember verbatim because she used to babysit my daughter. My daughter was her first child to open up the daycare.
Oh my God.
Yes, my daughter was her very first child. My daughter is now 21, and I talk about my kids a lot. My daughter was her first child. So come to find out, the business was in her husband's name, right? Not that us as parents need to know that, because that's none of our business. But what is our business where we're giving the money to? And now you're a broke bitch. You had this man take all this money from you and you didn't save a dime. You
He took
created
it all from her.
he created this empire.
Mm, dang.
Yes. That toy. How could you allow this to happen? It is 20 whatever fucking year it was at the time. This is ludicrous. So I
Yeah.
kind of drilled her. Oh my gosh. It just was so much. It was a chef on there who was getting high at one time. I was like, well, wait a minute. You was selling drugs and you was getting high off your own supply. Didn't Biggie Smalls tell everybody that? Wasn't that part of the 10 fucking commandments?
We were told. Okay.
Oh,
That's so fucking hilarious. How did he respond to that?
he he said, you're right. Never get high off your own supply.
He's like, I had to learn that lesson, so maybe it's best that we share that here.
And let me tell you his name, Jason Moss, because I'm going to tag every motherfucking body. Girl, Jason Moss. Excellent chef. I purchased whatever, 2 cookbooks from him. That damn cookbook is right there on the floor next to oh my God. I'm like, you're crazy. So it's just been multiple things on there. And then I had
Is
a
he on
doctor on there.
TikTok?
I'm on TikTok, but you know what, girl? I don't understand TikTok.
Me neither. I just don't feel inspired to create anything like that. And I'm like, I can, but it doesn't feel real to me, like to do it in the formula that seems to work on TikTok. I'm like, I'm just not real gimmicky and I don't want to do all that shit, you know? Like
Right.
I like reels, okay, but again, like I don't know, I'm overthinking it still. But I find that resistance keeps us stuck. So I'm like, I don't want to do it right now, so I'm not doing it right now. When I want to do it, I will do it,
That's fair.
hopefully.
That's fair. I love the name of your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely do. And I was so looking forward to this conversation. And last month when we had our interview or our date and everything, and I was like, fuck, the timing is off. I said, I don't care. I'm gonna just be running late or what have you, but I knew I was going to be here today.
I'm so
You-
glad you're here. So why
Yeah.
did you take a break from your show?
So I took a break because of the move. I took a break because I was in a relationship and the relationship was very painful moving
Mm.
here. And I really had to come back with a wham. So I am coming back with a wham. I'm going to tell my story. I am truthful about who I am. I will go from A to Z about my relationship, the move here to Philly, what it looks like, what it felt like, the shit we shouldn't do, the signs we should look for, just a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes love does that.
You're so right. Let me go let this dog in so she'll shut the fuck up.
Okay.
She's standing outside my door barking, and even though 4 other people are in this house, that's all right though.
Yes.
So love fucked you up a little bit.
Yes, it did. It was a
Yeah.
painful journey. It was a very painful journey moving here.
Is that why you moved there?
Yes, I moved here for love. Correct.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And you're not in that relationship anymore?
I am not, unfortunately.
Damn, but you still like Philly?
It's growing on me. I landed a perfect job here. So I just said, why quit and go back home to nothing? Because you have to start over anyway. So just start over here in Philly with your job.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because especially like if you didn't feel like there was anything to go back to, then
Correct.
so now you
Yes.
have this whole new life.
Oh my God, I have a whole new fabulous place. My place is award winning. My job is just a job. Work is work. I just love the energy. I love the peace. You'll be surprised what people will pay for when it comes to peace. I have
No,
so much
that's so
peace.
real. That's
I
so
do.
real.
I have so much peace. It's just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, like I shared, I have 2 beautiful kids. They're still in Jersey. They're doing their thing. They're fabulous, living their best lives. And I'm just here dolo, doing my thing. And yeah,
That's awesome. What do you think is the biggest reason you have so much peace? How did you find peace?
because I had to stop beating myself up and blaming myself for things that I knew I couldn't control. And I
Yeah.
was also angry with myself for the longest time because I'm one of them women that are resilient, a bit powerful, a go-getter, an influencer, a charmer, a negotiator. And I just felt like all that was being taken away from me when I was going
Mm,
through that painful journey. And I didn't have any
yeah.
control of that.
Yeah. I can
I
relate
just
to that.
wanted control. I just wanted control of me, no one else. Just for me.
Yeah.
Felt like I lost all that because I didn't have any place. I didn't have a place to stay. I lived in a fucking Sheraton for 2 months.
Damn.
Yes, I did. And then I ended up living
Breakups
with
are
an
the
old
worst in
lady.
that way. What?
Mm. And then I ended up living with an older lady, old lady, a good friend of mine. She's still dating the son. And she said, yeah, MJ, you could stay at Miss Norma's house and stay there until you get your place. And I did.
Good. You know what? Let that be a lesson to people who are too afraid to kind of take the help that's offered. I'm talking to myself here because I'm not a person who's good at asking for help, let alone like receiving it once it's offered. And I carried so much shame subconsciously. It wasn't anything that I was aware of, but uncovering all of that like really showed me I suck at asking for help. And when people offer it, it just triggers this thing like, but I'm supposed to be able to do this all by myself. Just
Correct.
because those are narratives we create in childhood when we feel like we have to figure it out by ourselves, you know?
Correct.
So I'm proud of you because
Thank you.
I can think of so many times that I've been offered help and been too proud or shameful to accept it. So good for
Yes.
you.
And let me share another story with you that people find mind blowing. So I have over 683 contacts in my phone. Fucking iPhone, right? Right. They're good for something, I guess. If I would have went through every number and every text message and said, "Hey, I'm in trouble. Can you send me $100?" Every fucking person would have.
Really?
Because I did it. That's how
Wow.
I moved into my place. I
That's
didn't go through
amazing.
600.
Yeah.
I went to like 7 because I got tired of fucking texting.
Baby, copy and paste. Copy
I
and paste.
copy and paste. So I'm like, oh God, oh God. I'll never forget it. I was in the hotel room. I was like, fuck this shit. Boop. I'm not in trouble. I'm not in jail, but I need help. And they was like, no problem. Where to send it to? No problem. No problem. No problem. Then asked me what was going. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So that's the power of knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, and how good you are to other people.
Yeah.
Because if you're a fucked up person, you're just a fucked up person.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And people will, and you don't want people to have to second guess if they want to help you.
Right.
You don't
No,
ever
that
want to
makes
be in that
sense.
position. You don't want, and I didn't feel that. I said, boom, 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 boom. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. It was like
Well,
a
you were
musical.
standing in your own authority that like it's okay to ask for help. Like it doesn't make you a bad person to ask for it, to need it. It doesn't make them bad or
Yes.
good for giving. Like it just you needed help. You're a human. You needed
Yeah.
help.
I needed
And
help.
you went to your
Yes.
community. How great. Because
Yes, I did.
I'm
I
just
did.
telling you how many times I've needed help and just was like, yeah, but I don't really want to ask. So
I went to
I
my
ain't gonna
community.
I
And
don't
that's how I,
ask.
and that was the money to get me into my place, plus additional that I had.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
See, let people hear this because the thing is women especially, we believe there's no hope on the other side of a breakup. You know, like, and you think if you're the person inside the Sheridan, it's not going to get better. But like, you just had to like do some shit and it helped. Like, you got help, and there is look at the life on the other side.
Girl,
That's
I'm
so
about to
good.
stop. I'm tearing up because when I walked into that Sheraton December 16, I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be here for fucking Christmas.
Oh God. Yeah.
It was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was wild.
That
And
sounds
no, and it's funny because I'm sharing, you're the first podcaster that I'm sharing this story with. And I do pray that someone can hear me and hear me well and understand that it's okay
yeah.
because the other side looks damn good.
No shit, man. Like I'm serious. I have such a good feeling about this because I'm so happy like that
Thank
we
you.
need more stories that like it didn't even take you that long. Like you got the fuck out. I mean, yeah, you had to go live with someone you probably didn't know that well beforehand and whatever, but you weren't living in the Sheridan anymore and you knew you were safe and you were getting where you wanted to be. I
Yeah.
mean, it's funny how the things that we ask for never fucking show up the way we thought they would, and they're it's always better somehow, but only if you've gotten really comfortable at being like my needs are met. I'm at peace. Like there's no strife here. You know, like you do have to have a foundation of gratitude to understand that when it looks different, it's still like amazing. But what a great outcome for you because you believed in
I
yourself.
did. I did. I believed in myself. And and my coworkers knew what I was going through, right? So every morning they would ask me, how are you doing? I said, don't fucking ask me how I'm doing
Yeah.
because I'm still living in the Sheraton. When I move into my new place, you can ask me how I'm doing. They
Mm-hmm.
said, no problem. Just say good morning and allow me to be me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't that they were fearful. They just respected my space and my boundaries, and they felt everything that I went through, like everything. They wouldn't say anything to me. And mind you,
Yeah.
I'm side by someone. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I don't want anything for lunch. I'm good. I have my own money. We just got paid. I'm fine. Don't ask me anything. My one coworker wouldn't even look at me, Chandra. She would come in, she'd be like, girl, I'm not even looking at you. I said, thank you. So
Yeah.
once I moved in, how are you doing? I'm amazing. I'm blessed. My place is fabulous. I'm excited. I can't wait to get off so I can run home and get in my bed so I could be at peace. I want to talk to my kids so I could tell them how I'm doing. So it was just a different
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, but good for you for knowing what you needed while you were in survival mode and saying it and not fucking being scared of how that was going to be received because even when I was in the dark night, I was still concerned about how I was being perceived and received by others when I mean I was lashing out. I'm not going to lie about it.
Okay.
I'm also not going to apologize for it. I was literally wanting to die. I was not in a good place. So I didn't know how else to say, like, I need space. I was just lashing out. But
Yeah.
I was still like constantly trying to make repairs and whatever. And I didn't have shit to give to people, you know? So I'm glad that you were like, I'm grown And right now, this is what the fuck I need. So
Yes.
I will take care of myself. I just need you to not make it harder by asking me to give you something I don't have to give.
Right. Right.
That's amazing. I
Yes.
love that, seriously, because how many women have been in this situation? I mean, I see them all day, every day on social media, and everybody thinks it's hopeless. Everybody.
Tons of women, tons. They just don't have a great community. Their community are too busy talking about them, or trying to fuck
Mhm.
their husbands or sons or even daughters, or vice versa. For guys too. But guys, I feel like they have a better tight community because they can always go to their homeboy's house and sleep
Right.
on the couch for 6 months, and the homeboy be like, "Just bring me some bananas. You're good."
No,
Like
that's so true.
it is true. With women, it's like, well, you only got 30 days here. Why? Because you want Joe to move in? Okay, I'll get out. It's always that bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean, I think that's why it's really important to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are really aligned, that people who know themselves well enough that they're not going to do the shit talk thing. They're not, I feel like that's been the biggest transformation in my circle is just like, well, because as women, we really are taught to like connect with other women via talking
Sure.
shit or complaining. Like that's the way we do it, unless you grow up and start to realize like that's really inauthentic and you have to connect on a more authentic level. And the way to do that is to share your shit in real time, be vulnerable, say what you're going through, own who you are, don't
Yes.
apologize for who you are, and if you're stuck in some cycle with the only people around you being those shit talkers, they're not the ones to answer the phone when you need them. They're the ones to listen to the voicemail and then send it to somebody else so they can hear, like
Of course.
that's how that goes. And I'm not even going to
Absolutely.
demonize anyone for that because that's just emotional immaturity. So it's whatever. But it goes to show that when you get real with people, that's who has your back when you need them.
Yes, that's so true. And it has nothing to do with race. And guess what? I'm glad you're white. But me and you go through the same motherfucking shit. Okay. We bleed. If I'm still I still get a period. Okay. We still go
Mm-hmm.
through emotional shit. We still got to be bothered with bullshit we don't want to. We can relate to a ton of stuff that's
Yeah.
unimaginable. And we could still
Yeah.
sit in the same room and be like, I can't believe she went through the same shit I just went through last week. Yes.
No, that's so real. And the thing is that like, yes, there are things that you will experience that I won't because you're black. That I'm not going to say that there's not. But what I've learned is in my connection just more to humanity,
Yes.
I started to see we're all the same and we don't do things that differently. Like we are
We
taught
don't.
the same bullshit in childhood. We grow up to do the same bullshit. We have the same wounding. Like we all walk around until we understand it, feeling like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders and no one to help us carry it. We all feel kind of like a fundamentally fuck up and like we're fundamentally unlovable. We carry so much shame. I mean, we're doing the same shit. It took
We
me a
are.
minute to kind of scrape down and see like, oh, this is just like a reverse mirror image, like
Yes.
where things look a little different on the different side and whatever, but it's the same shit. And we're
It's the same
doing the
shit.
same shit. And we
Yeah.
have the same struggles. We, especially as women, I wish more women could just like unite because we would see we are much more alike than we are different. And it is our
Yes.
alikeness that makes us shit talkers and all the things. We think it's the difference. But when we see things in others that trigger something in us, bad guy, that's not cool. And we're so judgmental because we're just seeing shit we hate about ourselves. So
Yes.
like that's
Yes.
where I started to have this deep understanding of humanity was like, okay, so and I will tell you, anytime now, and I'm proud of this because I used to be a real judgmental bitch, but like now, anytime a natural like judgment pops up, I'm like, oh, what do I hate about myself right now? Because I know I'm not going to waste an ounce of time judging someone else unless it's triggering shame in me about the fact that I do the same thing or I don't do that thing, and it makes me feel away. Okay, so that's somebody else's problem because I feel away? No, and we're not getting it. Like, I feel like as a collective, especially of women, we are kind of waking up to this.
We are.
And I hope that people like us are part of this movement of women. Yeah. Because I mean, I feel kind of a part of an army right now of women like that are awakening and are seeing we can do a lot better for each other, you know?
We can.
And it's not, I want to make this clear. It's not that I don't have a heart for men or think that they have their own struggles or whatever, but I'm not a man and they got their own people for that. You know, like
Yeah,
I
they
don't,
do. Yeah, they do.
it's not, I've had men on my show, lots of men. In fact, I love men. I don't view them as bad creatures or anything else, but you know, women are the only one who know what it feels like to have your rights fundamentally stripped from your ass. You know, this is a plight
Yes.
that only we can understand. So,
You spoke that for me too. Thank you for speaking up for me. You know, people say speak for yourself. No, she spoke for me too.
she said it for all of us. She's
She
talking
did it
for all of
She
us.
took one for the team. That's what we say here, Jersey and Philly area, tri-state area. She took one for the team.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, you did. You took one for the team, and a lot of people may disagree with you, even after listening to the podcast. Oh, she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Oh, they don't know what she's talking about either. Okay.
Yeah, let them, because baby, you're asleep if you think that. I'm sorry, but you are. If you think that we don't know what we're talking about here, you just haven't awoken, and that's okay. I'm here for you when you do. I'm here for you if you don't, like whatever. But there's some things that just, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say nothing ever bothers me that people say or think, because I'm very much recovering from people pleasing, but I have the tools to like get over it really quick. You know, like when someone says something that I'm like, that was really out of pocket. None of my business. Like it's just not, because my business is this, connecting with other humans and getting our message out there and showing other people you can do hard things. You can do anything, very literally anything you want to do.
You can. You definitely can. You
That's
definitely can.
amazing.
Yes.
Tell me about your
definitely can.
comedy, man. I'm so stoked about that.
So the comedy. Oh my goodness. So podcasting pivoted that for me to jump on stage, because I was getting a lot of emails from like the audience, and not the audience, but my listeners and subscribers saying, hey, you're funny as shit. You're funny. You're funny. But I always knew I was naturally funny. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I could make something out of this. And one day I asked my girlfriend, Kirsten Tonic, who had open mic, spoken word, all that stuff. I said, listen, do you mind if I jump on stage? Because I was a part of their team, but I was just a host. I was like, do you mind if I jump on stage and do comedy? She was like, sure, go for it. And I've been fluent ever since. It's 3 years ago.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yep,
That's so
I've been fluent ever
cool.
since. Yep. And I don't write any of my material. I'm more just like off the cuff, but I love it. I improv everything.
You do? That's amazing. Do you do crowd work?
I do crowd work. Yes, I do.
I love it. I love it.
Especially the people that are late, the people that I find a little bit too intoxicated or not laughing because they're too busy trying to roll up their weed and all that bullshit. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be calling that out too. What?
Yeah. I get that.
Ew.
Yeah, I get
People
that.
will roll their weed in the show? Oh, God. That is
Roll
so
their
rude.
weed in the show. Yes, roll, and I'll get them. I'll be like, we're not doing that because I don't do drugs, so I can't allow you to do drugs while I'm performing. So we have to figure out what we're going to do.
You're like, That's so funny. Man, this is making me so jealous. I wanna try it. I don't know why I'm so damn afraid. We have comedy clubs here. We have like 3. I was supposed to do it for my bucket list before I turned 40, and I'm about to turn 45, MJ.
Girl, do it.
I know, I need to.
Do it.
But Aaron got me freaked out about the open mics. He's like, nobody laughs at open mics.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it.
Because that's where I started. I started at open mics, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going.
How long was your first set?
3 minutes.
Did it feel like a really long time? It did. That's what freaks me out. Especially because you're totally improving. You're like up there, like, but you probably didn't even struggle, did you? Were you just like, this was up?
I was nervous, but you know what? I have music that hypes me up.
Ah, okay, okay.
I have music that you have to find a selection of music that hypes you up. So I listen to Jay-Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's this one record he has. The title is called All I Need. And I'm like, this is me. All I need is one shot.
Oh,
All
I
I
like
need is to get
that.
on stage. All I need. And that hypes me up. And everybody is like a blur. And I just spit.
Let me ask you something. Have you always felt that way? Like you had it, you just had to be discovered? Like whatever it is. Like, have you
Absolutely.
been looking for a stage your whole life?
I wouldn't say my whole life, but since I've started, yes.
You have prominent Leo placements. Are you a Leo?
Am I a Leo?
Yeah.
No, I'm a Cancer.
Oh, a Cancer. You're having a big month then.
Yes, no, I'm a Cancer. Yes.
Jupiter moved into Cancer. I'd just
Yeah.
be curious. Like I'm a Leo moon, and
Oh.
it makes me, needy and shit, but it also makes me need, well, let's be real, I need to be seen. But
What's your problem?
I mean, I'm trying. I'm doing the shit. I don't know. Maybe because I don't fucking want to make a TikTok. I don't know.
No, I think I just go to an open mic. Even if you don't perform, just go to an open mic just to see.
Yeah, I need to do that first so that I can quit
Yes.
overthinking it. Then I can see what it looks like and feel the environment and know how to.
And here's another tip. Work the room. Even if it's with your eyes. So you
Yeah.
can find who you're going to hack on, who you're not going to fuck with, but fuck with everybody. Who you're going to hack on, if you like her dress, if you don't like the way he look, the way he talk, the way he's moving. It could be a whole bunch of shit. Work the room.
Yeah. And I do like those whenever I see, because I love to watch comedians.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
whenever I see that, that's why I asked you, because I'm kind of amazed by it, because it feels like something I would be very afraid to do. So it's not that hard.
Fear is not a factor.
You just get it. Why do you
Fear is
think you're
not a
not
factor.
afraid?
Because I feel like fear is the devil, and it's so many opportunities that you should take. The only shot is the one you miss or didn't take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I often say this too, and I say this to my kids every now and then, and maybe even close friends. Like it's cemeteries. You know how many people buried their dreams and took their careers and not even careers, their dreams with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even their careers. Take that out. Their dreams with them.
No, that's so true.
So
That's
they're
so true.
brave based off of what somebody thought, based off of how they were afraid of what a motherfucker gonna say. I don't care what you think about me.
Yeah.
I've been through so much. Less than 6 months. You would have want to jump off the George Washington and the George, if
Uh-huh.
you know the George Washington
Yeah.
Bridge.
Yeah.
So I went through so much, so I don't give a fuck. That's just my attitude.
Were you fearless even before this breakup?
Yes, yeah, I was fearless.
You've always had this spirit.
Yeah, I always had that spirit, and that's why I was so afraid going back. That's why I was so afraid and felt I was beating myself up because I was like, I don't have control of me.
Yeah.
I don't have control of me. I was like, wait a minute. That's the only thing I was afraid of.
You were
Not
losing
what
your fire.
losing my fire, not what people thought. I was just like, oh my God, I'm losing myself.
Mm.
I can't be strong for no one if I'm not strong for me.
Yep.
I can't be that friend. I can't be that great daughter or that great sister you want me to be. Because I have an attitude. Everything's pissing me off. I don't like anything. Nothing tastes good. I don't have an appetite. It's just like you go into slump mode.
Yeah. And this is why I tell people it is so much easier to make decisions from a place of love and compassion for yourself. If
Oh my
you keep
God,
that
yes.
high, it's hard to like leave bad situations if you're thinking too much about the other person. But when you center yourself and you go, I fucking deserve better than this, and I had
Yes.
better before this, and I'm gonna have
Yes.
better after this, and I'm gonna go pursue that, and in that is myself. No, I love that
Yes. Yes.
because
I
it is
have
so
one more.
hard.
It is. I have one more piece for you. So it was a general. I smoke cigars. Everybody that knows me, I know I smoke cigars. Right, right, whatever. So it was a gentleman by the name of Dwayne, and I met him at the Cigar Lounge. Beautiful cigar place here in Philadelphia called Ashton Cigars, and Ashton isn't paying me or paying unavailable, emotional, unavailable podcast. Right? I don't want to fuck that up either. Emotionally unavailable. We're not getting paid for this, so I have to say that. So what you just said, I was pouring everything into him, telling him what I went through, all the bullshit, blah, blah, blah. He looked at me, he said, "Oh my God, I would have never thought that. The way you come in here, the way you carry yourself, the way you look at people, the way you smile, the way you're such a charmer, how you greet, how you just mix and mingle and put yourself out there and make yourself available."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Yes, because before it was a beast. I didn't want to be bothered." He said, "But you still came and smoked your cigar, stayed in your little corner, and did your thing." This gentleman went to Morehouse, graduated from Yale, and I'm looking at him like, okay. And I'm giving him all this information. He said to me, "You fucking inspired me." I said, "I do?" "Yes." He said, "You inspire me." I said, "I do?" He said, "Yes, you're a fucking genius. You come in here, you pour your life out, you don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks or say about you, and you still proceed to move forward." He was like, "What? I'm
Yeah.
always concerned about what somebody think or how they're going to view me."
Wow.
And this guy is a big shot.
Yeah. Well, this is the conditioning, though, of humanity is that we're supposed to care more about the comfort and opinion of others than our own. And until more people like us get out
Yeah.
there, and this is why I have my show, is to show people just in regular everyday conversations that when you stop that bullshit and you just love yourself and you put yourself first. I really want to rebrand the word selfish, because you can call me that all day long. You can mean it negatively or positively, and it doesn't affect me one way or another. Because yeah, I, for the first time in my life, I am very much centering myself. And guess what? I'm a much happier person, and life is a lot smoother when I'm not overly concerned with everybody else's comfort. But
Yeah.
especially as girls, we were taught we didn't even have license over our own bodies. Like we were very much hug this person, talk to this person, even if you don't know them or you're not comfortable, talk to, put yourself in situations. And it's like, well, now
Oh,
I'm going to decide who I want to talk to, who I want to hug, who I want to anything with, and I get to make that decision for myself. And I think the more of us that just show people just through living our own experiences, that's the key right there. Just to
it
teach
is.
people love yourself.
It is. Love yourself until you can't love yourself no more.
Mhm.
Like this
Yeah.
whole being of who I am. I love who I am. I love who I am. It feels good. It smells good. It looks good. It walks like a duck. It quacks like a duck. It's a fucking duck.
Yeah. And do you find that you like really aren't any different depending on who's in front? At work with clients, even like you're just you, and on the
Yes.
stage you're you, and on your show
Yes.
you're
You're
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. And
And I
that's
think
what they
that's what
love.
makes it so easy. Yeah.
And that's what they love. They're always asking me, "Are you on right there?" I'm like, "No, I'm not on. I don't like to be on when I'm with my friends. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
on right now. I don't. They're always assuming you on because you are funny as shit. I'm not on at all. I'm actually off, off, off.
Yeah, no, I get that because I worked really hard to make sure that no matter who I'm interacting with, you're getting me. And because a former version of me was very much a chameleon and prided myself on that. I thought that was a good thing that whoever was in front of me, I could be exactly what they wanted and needed from me. Gross. I don't want to be that anymore. And so,
Good
like,
for
it doesn't
you.
matter if I'm working with a client or talking to someone on my show or whoever, you're getting all of it. You're getting me vaping, you're getting me cussing, you're getting me talking about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. I mean, that's who I am. And I don't want to be anyone other than me because I'm really great. And it took a long time to get there.
You are.
Thank you.
You are. And it took me a long time to get here too. I'm so glad you said that. I tell people that it took me a long fucking time to get here. And I'm not going back.
Hmm.
Because there's nowhere else to go back to.
Right. Yeah. Who that was a shell anyway. And you said earlier basically the same thing I say is like your currency is peace. Like you look at things like, well, how much of my peace am I gonna have to get up for that? Not worth it.
Not worth it. Not
Yep,
worth it.
that's how I have to look at things because I found peace for the first time I was like 44 years old, and I'm not giving that up for dumb shit
Don't.
like for societal expectations or whatever. I'm really living in my peace and joy and trying to like cultivate that even more and bigger, like as much as I can get out of that.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that's what I got for you.
I love it. Well, I'm
Yes.
grateful that you were willing to come on. I love this conversation. Do you want to shout out any links or anything like that?
There's his podcast on IG. That's it. My Facebook, fuck Facebook. I'm over it. They hacked
I
my
hate
page again.
Facebook.
They
Yeah.
hacked my page, so I don't really send people there. Just Dear Sis Podcast, all one word. You can find me on IG. You can send me a note. You can DM me, whatever. Yep, I'm here for it. And
You
anyone that
said
wants to learn more about podcasting or comedy, just reach out to me.
yeah. And if I am not already following you on Instagram, I will. And whenever I
We
post
are.
this, I will. Okay, good. I will add you as a collaborator to the post whenever I make the post, if you're okay
Oh,
with it. And I will
yes.
include your links in my show notes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'll send you a photo because I know
Yes,
this is not
please. Yeah,
yes.
because I've been forgetting since I joined Podmatch, they have like everybody's profile has a bio and a picture and it makes it really easy, but then if I get in the flow of that and then I forget when somebody didn't come to me on Podmatch. So last night I'm sending this girl a message about today's episode. I'm like, can you send me a picture? I tried to steal it off of her website, but it wasn't the right kind of file. So I was
Okay.
like, can you send me a picture, please? So yeah, send me a picture, short bio.
I'll send you a whole bunch of pictures and you can pick whatever one you like and I will send you my bio.
Perfect. And any link that you want included that I don't already have access to.
Okay,
You
I'll throw
just
that in
like
there
if
as
there's
well.
like a link to a show that you have online or something. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll promote anything you want.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hate
This
it.
was beautiful. I appreciate you.
No problem. Where did you live?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay, see it's in the playoffs.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are. We may be playing the Knicks, so I don't know if you're a fan, but yes, okay, so I've never been this into sports in my entire life, but the last couple of years, especially the last year since I like quit watching true crime and stuff that's not good for me, I've gotten so into sports and my whole family, like this is such a family activity that we're watching the games. We went to a couple, but can't afford no playoff tickets, but we were talking about the next away game. They've been opening up our like arena during away games to go watch. And I was like, we're going to do that next time. But yeah, we are really proud of our Thunder. We love them. I was like, they're my friends. But of course, like I'm 45 almost. So I have a kid their age and I'm
Yeah, they're
like,
young.
I'm
They're
like, they're
young
my
kids.
babies. Like, you
Yes.
can't, no, they're my children. I love them and I just want to hold them. They're sweet. I really do get a little too overly emotional about athletes because I'm like, they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They feel so much pressure and and because I got this 22-year-old kid who just knows everything. And
Mhm.
he's like getting all pissed off in a game, and I'm like, don't talk about Shay like that. He's trying really hard.
But they're doing well.
They are. I'm excited. Hey, if we end up playing the Knicks, we'll have to have a friendly competition.
We shall.
All right. What is today? Wednesday? Have a
Yes,
wonderful
ma'am.
Wednesday, MJ. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We got to give a shout out to our girl, Raina.
Yes, I love her so much. I'm gonna tell her we met finally.
Yes, please, please, please. And let me know when everything is done. I know you got to edit and all that stuff like that. But yes, it was nice meeting you. You are definitely one of my sisters. And I
Oh,
wish you everything. And just hit me up. Just hit me up.
yes, let's stay
Yeah.
connected for real.
Yes. All right. Peace.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, make sure you've given the show a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening to if you haven't already. And check out my website, empoweredwithmelissahepner.org, or my link tree on Instagram at melissa.hepner to check out my latest offers or workshops.
Emotionally unavailable.
All right, that's it from me. So make sure that you check out the show notes for links. And until next time, let's all just keep swimming.
Emotionally unavailable.
INDEPE and cut.